Growing up in Metro Detroit, I've always been a big fan of Motown music. Songs like Ain't Too Proud to Beg by the Temptations or Respect sung by Aretha Franklin are my go-to songs when we get into those warmer months of spring and summer. The first ever hit of Motown Records was in 1959 when a guy named Barrett Strong sang the song Money.
The best things in life are free.
Now, you probably heard the versions by the Beatles or some other subsequent artist, but I'm more of a fan of the original.
But you can give them to the birds and bees. I need fun.
Just listen to that soul. That is the sound of a man who's singing his heart out for and getting his pocket picked by one and the same man, Berry Gordy. That song has been ringing in my ears since Spurs' draw against Newcastle on Easter Sunday. I'll be honest, I wasn't able to watch the game live as I spent time with my family and at church, but all day I had silenced notifications, I avoided Twitter, I didn't even go online because I didn't want to see the scoreline. I wanted to watch the recording of the game and feel all of the emotions as it happened. So once the holiday festivities were over, I sat down and started the recording with lots of excitement. Fast forward to halftime, Spurs are up 2-1. They conceded, but they responded pretty strongly. But by the end of the first half, it started to feel eerily familiar. Poor cleared lines, sloppy passing, and a team that looked more content to hold on to a slim lead, hoping that the other side would tap out rather than get up on their feet and start punching for a knockout. Since we're just after Easter, I probably don't need to make any confessions, but I'll make one anyway. I only watched till the 65th minute. At that moment, I literally paused the game and opened Twitter. Why? Because I felt like I'd seen this game before. Not once or twice, but 4 or 5 times. Sure enough, Newcastle didn't tap out, and in the last 10 minutes, they scored a game-tying goal.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
Man, I hear the pain in Marvin Gaye's voice, and I echo his sentiment. Things ain't what they used to be. It's been a roller coaster of a season as you think back to the summer transfer window, all these new names. Gareth Bale came back home. We won our way into the Europa, climbed to the top of the league in December. I thought I was ready for this ride. Did I think we would win the league? Not really, but I loved the philosophy. Just win the next match. Forget the standings, forget the last game. Just focus on winning this one. But all of that seemed to change in October when we drew 3-3 with West Ham. Although Spurs were only 5 games into the Premier League season, they had played 10 games in all competitions. It was their 5th game with 3 or more goals scored. But the draw was embarrassing to say the least, having conceded 3 goals when they were up by 3 with 19 minutes left to play. As Martha and the Vandellas told us, there was nowhere to run. The players couldn't run, José couldn't run, and that's where the evolution stopped and the revolution began. Instead of José adapting to Spurs, it was now Spurs' turn to adapt to José, something everyone and their mother could have known was going to be a near impossible task. When Spurs first signed José, I'll admit I was upset, but the bounce was good for Spurs, and by the end of the season, I wanted to see what one full season under José could look like. He seems to embody that old Bill Nicholson quote. Any player coming to Spurs, whether he's a big signing or just a ground staff boy, must be dedicated to the game and to the club. He must be prepared to work at his game. He must never be satisfied with his last performance, and he must hate losing. While José may agree with Bill, he's never agreed with Danny Blanchflower. Danny said, "The great fallacy is that the game is first and last about winning. It is nothing of the kind. The game is about glory. It is about doing things in style and with a flourish, and about going out and beating the other lot, not waiting for them to die of boredom." José believes the game is first and last about winning. José cares very little for style and flourish, and his practical nature has seen him win 20 major trophies, 3 more than Spurs in their whole history. José is happy to see his opponents die of boredom if it means that his team wins. And to bring that practicality to Tottenham was more than just a change of tactics. It meant a change of heart, a change of soul for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But José must recognize that the heart of this team was forged by a man who wept at the opportunity to play in a Champions League final with this team. A man who said VAR is going to kill the emotion of football. A man who said it is difficult to talk. I think the emotion is amazing. Thank you, football. Thank you, these guys, my players. They are heroes. I've been telling everyone for the last year that these group of players are heroes. Thank you, fans. Thank you, the people that believe in us to achieve this. When you work and you feel the love, it's not a stress, it's a passion. And the emotion we showed today was the passion to love this sport that is football. The Isley brothers had broken hearts, and I think so do I. The revolution that Jose hopes to bring will take two things: time and money. Time to ship off Pochettino's heroes. Hopefully the players shipped out will bring in enough money for Daniel Levy to purchase players that have that same ruthless practicality that Jose Mourinho has. My heart doesn't necessarily break at the thought of practical silverware. It's something our fan base has cried out for years and years now. But my heart does break at the thought that Daniel Levy will not risk going double or nothing on Jose. Double or nothing on revolutionizing our club. Instead, I'm heartbroken at the thought that Daniel will cut his losses and the Mourinho marriage will be annulled and the identity of our club will be back in the foster care system until Pochettino comes home. The reason that song Money has been stuck in my head is because it sure feels like us as fans are singing our hearts out for and getting our pockets picked by one and the same man. So if we're gonna sell our soul for some silverware, we better damn well get some silverware. Otherwise, the only thing more divided than our locker room will be our fan base. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button and share this video. That would be awesome and super helpful. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As ever, it was great talking with you.